that NA team did use. And got banned a couple of times against it, I believe. Night Stalker, like, Puck doesn't get to play the game. It's a very difficult matchup for him, forcing
you have to buy BKB.
Buy either a BKB early on. Force Staff does work, but once you go in, like, having a vision game, it also allows you to have Lifestealer being inside of the Night Stalker. There's a lot of memes that you can actually do with the Snapfire, with the Aghanim Scepter, with the Infest, and then just hitting someone out. Suddenly you have two heroes. We're gonna save that for the later stages, but I think overall this is a very good Night Stalker pick, even though the hero is not the strongest right now.
Some sort of illusion hero would be so good here. Like if Naga was still like, okay, they go for Ursa.
Well, it makes more sense than why they did ban out that Meepo and that Terrorblade towards the end, wanting to lead into a mid beast and an off lane Night Stalker actually was what it is. So that's the change up that happened, and 9 Class is still just going to stick to that Monkey King for himself. And then Yuma having the Ursa last pick.
Yeah, it's a very good carry-to-carry matchup against the Lifestealer. Yeah. I kind of like it, and it's also good against the Beast in the lane and in the game. And I feel like overall, I'm not so sure about the Night Stalker. I know the Night Stalker has his play here against with the Silence against the Puck, but can he secure Beastmaster? Actually, it's not an offlane Beastmaster. It is...
it's a mid-beast.
It's a mid-beast. Oh, so it's going to be support Monkey King.
Again, we're saying... DM, he gets his lane griefed. Monkey King, a double melee against Ursa and CM just doesn't sound that fun. Even though Night Stalker it did, but Night Stalker with the Night Rain facet, he does put a lot of pressure. Very difficult to catch because of the extra movement speed.
This is how Heroic makes space for Yuma.
Okay, all right. Look, I was checking behind my shoulder because I already saw Slacks with one coach, and I was wondering why we weren't hearing from them, and that's because Slacks has both coaches.
Absolutely, my friends. I have brought the biggest brains in Brazil here to fight it out. I dubbed this segment the US East server. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Now, you were having a conversation before the camera came on. What did you say to this man?
I asked how spicy would the interview be.
How spicy will the interview be? No, not too spicy, not too spicy. But let's go ahead and ask, why did you give them their iconic Pudge clockwork? Pretty risky stuff.
I full respect them, so the best way to show respect is giving them their best strat and beating it.
Oh! It is spicy! All right, last one. Any words for him? You gave him a lot of 100% heroes. Snapfire, you know, the Monkey King. What do you think?
I think we should give them the best strategy and beat it, you know?
Okay, all right, gentlemen, give yourself a handshake here before we get into it. Let's get into this match between these very good friends and these two fantastic teams.
Thank you very much, Slacks. Yes, we're getting ready for the action here. It's going to be PVISION up against Heroic. What a way to start the draft,
Perfect.
right? We get the Pudge coming through. I mean, there was no way they weren't going to do this, right? When you saw what they were able to do during the road to TI, you got to go with these Pudges and these clocks. The question is, are PVISION going to be able to deal with it here on the main stage?
That's the question, right? Because I think Schofield, for time and time again, especially at internationals, he has broken ankles. Even at other tournaments, of course, too, but he's playing his signature, and a ton of signature heroes, as we do see across the board. Master tiers, Grandmasters all over the place. This will be an absolute treat, as we do see pointed out by our beautiful observer right there. Yeah, this has so much excitement in it because there's some heroes that maybe were not really countered so much, right? The Puck, limited disables on one side. They clean up the draft with the Night Stalker at the end on the side of PVISION to just have that type of lockdown. And this long silence could definitely be pretty disruptive. It's something that even Ursa doesn't like to play against at times. Yes, the lane for the Ursa with the CM looks fantastic, but as we've seen sometimes, lanes can be broken very early on. 9 Class has shown it, Schofield has shown it, that they just go through portals, they make all these crazy types of moves. So yeah, we're in for a treat. This early game is going to dictate quite a bit.
And because overall as well, I mean, very much putting the vision into PVISION, right? Especially with this Night Stalker last pick. The sort of information that PVISION's going to be able to set up with in these kind of early to mid-game plays, it's going to be quite difficult for Heroic to catch them by surprise.
No, for sure. And we've seen it so many times, right? PVISION, that's a strategy they do. That's why they used to, well, I say used to, but that's why they do the Slark as this 4 position at times, right? They're a very vision-based team, picking and choosing their battles at ideal moments. So Heroic, I mean, it's kind of a good matchup for them, though, because this is a team that likes to cause chaos, likes to make a team make mistakes. And yeah, when you have Pudge, this type of hero in particular can cause mistakes. You get hooked past position. Some really cool stuff that we could have coming in as
And what do you sort of make of the last pick from Heroic, going for the Ursa to close this overall draft up?
Comfort hero, obviously, for the side of Yuma, but it's a core-to-core matchup that they wanted. Because I was debating a couple other heroes that would be good for the game, perhaps, but I think they wanted something in particular that deals with Satanic. Because looking at the other 4 heroes, yeah, you have the bite that goes through, you have the clockwork hook shot that goes through that rage in particular, but you want somebody that can stand toe-to-toe. I think me and you were debating like Spectre or something, right? But these heroes just don't match that core-to-core matchup the same. So I think they just want him to be able to scale in these later stages.
And, you know, sort of talking about the bites, talking about the support, so getting Crystal Maiden coming in. We didn't see this hero at all during the Road to the International. It's definitely not a rarity in pubs, right? This hero is played. Why was it not picked up until this point, and why do you think Heroic have gone with it here?
To be honest, I can't give you a direct answer of why it wasn't picked up in particular, but in this game, you have great setup. It's a great lane as well, too, if you know that you're going to be playing versus something like a double melee. And I think I've seen a lot of games, especially from PVISION, it's a double melee off lane. Yeah, they're going to creep pull, they're going to do some shenanigans, right? But at some point, CM is very good versus most double melee lanes, especially with an Ursa,
So you think that Heroic, they do have the tools to sort of match the pressure that PVISION will put on during the laning stage, or kind of heroes to heroes, it will still be tough overall?
I absolutely think they can, yeah. It's just this top lane. I want to say that, you know, the lifesteal and the snap should come out advantageous, but I've seen Heroic play almost versus the same lane and came out ahead with the Pudge in the past. So, yeah, curious to see how these lanes are going to be played as... We have an extensive pause we got. Oh,
yeah, because I guess that's because when we talk about the snap being in that lane and trying to deal with this kind of, you know, these Schofield clock movements, is this sort of a hero that you're picking because it's going to be kind of chasing around the clock, or are you just trying to focus on fully punishing the Pudge when they're left alone? I
think it's the punishment, but also they mentioned something on the panel there. I don't remember who it actually was, but you can kill the cogs, so you can do some little things to disrupt this clockwork. You know, the cookie's not as effective, but there are ways that you can play around it. And I think, yeah, Pudge, low armor, can definitely look to take advantage if you get a good position to pressure with that snap. Did you see what was going on? Okay.
Apparently should be good to go pretty soon. Just getting some final things lined up in the booth, making sure all players are ready to roll.
Something I'm looking forward to is, I mean, we're likely to have some dominators, of course, in this game, at least 2, potentially even 3, because we do know 9 class likes to build it, but Heroic, they don't have a Dominator build.
I don't think, yeah, they don't need no Dominators.
No, so
maybe some of the victories they had, but definitely a lot of the wins that they were getting towards that second half of the Road to the International, where they started to hit this win streak. You know, they were just doing it with kind of just raw chaos.
Exactly.
And especially around these 2 heroes, of course, that they have opened up the draft. So this sort of game 1 as well, it's going to be very much a test or a showing from them, whether, you know, other teams, and if PVISION down the line in the draft in this series need to make sure that they don't let this kind of Pudge clock get through as the first 2. You know, if Heroic can get this game 1 win, they're definitely going to have a lot of implications in how PVISION is going to have to start their draft in game 2 against them.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that we actually did get, I knew we were going to get it, right? The double coaches down there, they're such good friends. I think this is going to be a really interesting kind of thing that maybe dictates how the rest of the drafts are going to go for this series in particular.
Yeah.
Because they might just give them everything. Both sides might just go, you know what? We'll just give you guys what you want, and we'll see what happens. Because the bans, if you saw, were pretty specific. There was a gyrocopter ban in the first phase. You don't see that always. So.
No, absolutely. No, and indeed, as we heard from the coaches, you know, the respect they have, they want to beat what the enemy gets the best at, you know, the best in the enemy's hands. So, you know, maybe it's sort of, you know, just sort of a mutual agreement that kind of played out during that draft as well, in the fact that both teams did get those strong openers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to see what we do get going down, but we do have this pause at the moment.
We do. It will be over pretty short, and hopefully once the pause is over,
anticipation.
we'll be good to go. Yeah,
anticipation for a hook immediately, right? That's what we want. That's what everybody wants, the Pudge.
Getting a lot of scribbling on the mini map.
Yeah, they were playing tic-tac-toe. They drew some stars. I don't know, but looks like we're underway. Ducalis gets us the green.
Ducalis has said he's ready. We'll see if Heroic's got everything good as well in their booth. And hopefully we'll then get the word to get this game underway. But one thing for sure, I don't think this is going to be a game that's going to have a pretty slow opening 20 minutes. Right?
No, I don't think this series will, period, right?
No.
These 2 teams are definitely going to be looking to run at each other. Heroic maybe more so than PVISION, who does like to play, as you mentioned, more about the vision, controlling the map. But let's go.
All right, well, thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get on with the action here between Heroic and PVISION. And action we should definitely be getting.
And look at this, PVISION, they want to secure that lane in particular, right? They don't want Schofield to do his little put a sentry to make the lane meet at a weird position, get the cogs down to mess with things. So they're trying to protect their jungle as much as possible here to prevent these type of moves and maybe an early hook, right? So we see PVISION, they will back away. Heroic places a deep early ward, and we are underway.
PVISION holding back, but still under the cover of smoke. Still difficult, really, for them to approach and try and make a play into this. So yeah, purely defensive, so making sure they don't get tripped up by Heroic as the lanes do set up.
See, if Heroic wants to stick a third hero just for the start of the lane, since they do have that CM Pudge combo, they could trip them up to potentially go for that quick early first blood.
That's true. Yeah,
there's definitely a
first blood
chance.
Play could be pretty tasty and a very good thing to go for, especially here on the main stage. Now, if you can start to shake up the enemy early, you could start to tilt them a little bit.
Yeah, and look, let's see the positioning. Schofield, he's doing what he does. He's going to immediately run in, put the cogs down, or just body block the wave until the cogs get closer. And that lane positioning, it's going to be exactly where they ideally would want it. Let's see if Satanic catches the wave. We do see this combo is up here.
Yeah, let's see. See if Satanic's ready for this. Heroic getting ready just in case Satanic steps out a little too far. They're going to go for the hook. They're going to be able to grab him away from the creep wave. Get him caught in the cogs. They'll have to skill the level 1 rage to back up. So no kill to be found, but a decent bit of damage there from that early setup and an early aggressive poke from Heroic, showing that Satanic's got to be on his toes.
And then we do see Ducalis does what we were mentioning, right? What the panel was talking about as well, too. Get that little shredder early so you can either kill the cogs or just be able to harass a hero like Pudge, who's 2 armor, super low armor in this hero. So we'll be able to attempt to counteract these moves.
Now let's see how well he does. Because I feel like even in some of the lanes where you expect Whisper's Pudge to get punished, he ends up coming out insanely far.
He does.
So very, very comfortable on this hero in this position.
Yeah, and let's see how many, I'm going to keep watching how many cogs they do kill, because, yeah, Schofield, he's going to be doing his annoyance in this lane. But overall, I would say Satanic, yeah, on paper, right, Satanic should have a pretty free time up here, unless some crazy stuff happens from Schofield and Whisper. And looking at the other lanes in particular, it's similar, right? PVISION does have very strong setup for the lanes. The mid Beastmaster versus the Puck is very, very strong matchup. The bottom lane is the one that can be a bit different, where the Ursa and the CM can take advantage. So 2 lanes that do look quite strong for the side of PVISION at the start.
I mean, and sort of take advantage to the point where is there kind of sort of a stage in this bottom lane where the Ursa CM can get kills?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime that they do see a misposition, misstep there from DM, they could look for it. Same thing from 9 Class, but 9 Class also can do some pretty annoying stuff, as we've seen from him on this Monkey King, of going through the portal, bringing numbers to an area that is not as expected.
Is under attack.
So this mid lane, I've seen the Beast most of the time come out ahead, but also these Pucks usually don't fall that behind anymore in a lot of these matchups that they used to struggle, like the Earthshaker versus Puck matchup, which used to be a hard one. Now these Pucks just do fine because of Curveball. So we'll see how no one does in this matchup with Analog.
It definitely feels like a mid matchup where, I mean, probably from both teams, right? The supports, rotations early on could warrant a kill in that mid lane.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if we'll see an early rotation, though, because these side lanes are... They do need their supports to stay there. As we do see early aggression, even from bottom, DM, getting the early point in silence. Maybe they'll be able to play this lane a little better than anticipated, even though it's versus Ursa CM.
CS-wise in the top lane so far, 8-4 on Whisper against Satanic 13-3. So I see the damage here coming in with a little shred and a few right clicks. Not too fun for the Pudge here on the early levels against these 2. Anytime that Schofield steps away.
Yeah, he even went for the chainmail immediately on Whisper, right?
They've got to watch out for this, though. Something about Schofield and sniping the carrier's couriers. It's happened so many times.
We had that one series earlier.
Yeah, he got like the DK's courier like, what, 3 times in a row or something. So Satanic's definitely going to have to be a bit more careful with his courier placement when he gets those, or he's trying to get those items brought out. Because Schofield, he will be on top of the timings. Like, you know for sure, right? He's keeping track of when that courier is respawning, and he's going to be ready to get in position to go for it again.
100%. I mean, that's his best involvement that he can have up here, is really killing the couriers and just disrupting them from killing the Pudge. Because right now you're seeing Whisper, he truly is struggling up here. He even bought the chainmail level 1, or immediately when he had the gold, so that he could try to survive the pressure. But look at it, it's constant.
Yeah, it's poking him underneath the tower. Still have to be careful. I mean, you saw that anytime that Ducalis tries to set up and go for that, if he lines himself up to get hooked under the tower, could get turned around.
Definitely wants to have the lane in maybe a better position. They're not so close to that tower, so they can get aggressive.
Down on the bottom side of the map, Yuma so far 20 CS, 18-4 on DM, so being able to match the farm so far. on this bottom lane. And yeah, indeed, across the board, just Whisper is having the slightly tougher time top, but as expected.
To be expected, exactly. So mid, Analog is handling his own. 22-3 to the 26. A couple extra denies on no one, but
I mean, look at this damage. It gets harder now, though. I mean, no one just stepping up and just absolutely beating the hell out of this puck. TPs are coming in. He's going pretty deep, no one.
No one is very deep.
It's taking a lot of tower hits as well. He went for the dive. Is he going to be able to get away? There's going to be the ult back up in a couple of seconds. Analog, he's going to have it.
He's got him.
First blood there for Analog as no one gets far too greedy there with that aggressive dive.
He tries to go for the axes, but the shift is back up. He dodges it, and he has more than enough damage, and they lose the courier, too.
That's a big kill to get as well. I mean, up to that point, the mid matchup was pretty close, but now Analog's going to get the chance to get kind of a full creep wave ahead and having that first blood as well secured on the puck.
Massive. 2 couriers also being killed. Nighttime soon to end also.
Middle tower is under attack.
So DM, the bottom lane, will become much more difficult for him now as immediately they go aggro on this Night Stalker as the daytime hits.
Oh, the swipes are stacking up. He will be able to push him back momentarily there with an Ironwood branch placement. So
that was a really nice branch.
Nice little moves there from DM to stop Yuma from getting a couple more hits in and kind of give him a chance to break away from that blood grenade that was thrown out.
Very nice branch play. KJ was not quite in range. Yuma tried to get that advantage play there, but wasn't able to. And so far, I mean, Whisper, he has yet to die top, right? So he is getting something. He is, of course, getting sacrificed a little bit, but if he gets a hook kill, he'll be right back into it, which can absolutely happen at any moment.
Yeah, and the fact that he's not dying up there is definitely giving Schofield the freedom to just kind of get to do Schofield things, moving up and down through the jungle, being around to provide pressure in the mid. The Roar's going to be there for the setup.
They got him.
No one able to get the kill. Schofield not able to do anything to help out that time. PVISION, they're going to try and chase Schofield a little bit, but I think as we've learned, right, you got to be careful when you're chasing Schofield. You don't want to waste too much time running down the clockwork.
Never. If it's Schofield, you almost never do. Never want to chase him. Whisper.
Rotation's coming in. Jump forward here from 9 class. Schofield is around. Cogs down to try and hold Satanic back, but he's able to get around with the rage. You get the cookie connection as well. Boundless strikes up. Whisper trying to back up to the tower.
He's still alive.
The battery assault holds back Satanic. Whisper's going to be fine for now. Analog's TP'd over, does have the Dream Coil available, but they won't even need to stick around because PVISION, they back up. They didn't get the kill. They're not going to try and make any crazy dives top.
Do they stick around for this Shrine of Wisdom? It looks like 9 class wants to.
I mean, the thing is, though, they're going to know that Analog's around.
Yeah, I don't know if they can contest this when the puck is in the area.
Whisper, they've got the vision there. I'm going to get the hook straight away. They catch 9 class. Analog jumps in with the burst. 9 class is dead. Another bit of a greedy play there from PVISION, just underestimating the fact that Heroic, of course they're going to be sticking around for that timing. Analog, he wasn't going anywhere. He was ready.
Didn't anticipate them putting the ward, I guess. He was trying to make that sneaky play, but yeah, Analog is just still in the area too. And Analog still has Coil for that next move available too, if it does happen. As let's see how I'm just going to keep eyes on DM these next couple minutes, especially for PVISION, since it is this daytime. This is a very crucial point. If he's able to keep the lane in this position, he's going to get a lot. And it does look like this wave is going to stay here, so that's very good for him. Top
Schofield should be fine here. Whispers in with the backup, looking for the angle for the hook. Not going to get it this time.
They're not giving him that chance to get that hook. He has his phase boots finished up though, so a lot easier for him to survive up here. And as you said, you know, Schofield, it can open up the map for him. Power rune. Ducalis is setting up.
9 class. It's going to end him with a jump, but now that Yuma's hit the 6, very hard to bully the bear unless they catch him in some sort of chain control between like the roar of no one on the Beastmaster if he makes the move down bottom.
Analog gets a haste. This is a big rune. Could potentially even save him. When you get this rune, when you're playing versus Night Stalker, it's the dream early game.
On top lane. A little bit of a dismember. He's going to force the TP reaction from no one. Comes in, drops the roar. That's a very dead Whisper there.
Bait play there from Satanic. Good TP coming in from no one. They do know now though that no one has no resources since he did TP top.
I mean, they could try and dive in for DM bottom now.
He has ulti available though.
He is going to be pretty slippery.
Yeah. DM is getting a lot down here, Owen. This is a big deal. He's level 6 now. He's going to be getting his Dominator pretty soon, too. Even though 9 class has left him for some time, he's getting way too much. And they're not able to bully him because of the positioning of that lane on that Night Stalker. He's just keeping it at his tower, not shoving it in. So that's going to be really important timing for him on this first night.
They have a smoke up coming in from the two of them, Yuma and King Jungle's ready to make this play towards the top.
This is a clever move. This could catch him off guard.
Let's see what PVISION do in response. Dakalis, not a chance for him. Satanic
is in
get
trouble
away from this. Whisper ready to lead and gets the hook into the dismember.
What a move.
Excellent plays there from Yuma and King Jungle's coming in and securing Yuma a double kill from that little trip top.
I love this move too because they had just communicated that the Beastmaster TP top, he used his roar, he was leaving the area, so they're like, he's probably not going to stick in the area.
That's smart.
Quick gate move, get this kill. Very, very clever.
And also the fact that they knew that they couldn't really abuse the fact that the Night Stalkers alone still a very tough target to kill.
Yep.
The other lane's where to be, and I mean, they make it work.
DM has literally kept this lane at his tower like this for 3 minutes so far, so very good on him to be able to do that, but yeah, of course does open up the opportunity for Heroic to make an aggressive move as top.
They're going to strike back at PVISION. Whisper to fall. Schofield looking pretty dead as well. So just as quickly as they get the 2 kills top, as the action continues, PVISION returns to that top lane and make sure that they then secure some positive action for Satanic to get involved in.
Love that we're seeing these early moves already coming in though. Pre-10 minutes, we've got 8 kills. Heroic, looks like Analog will get the benefit of getting this power rune again after getting the haste rune. Another very good one for him.
And these sort of movements, they're only going to continue, right, in the frequency that we're going to be getting them from these 2 mids each time the ultimates are up. And obviously from DM, he very shortly is going to be prepared to get involved, especially around these nighttime moments.
I think he's got the Dominator finished, right? So pretty early timing for this Night Stalker who's been left on an island to have this pickup. It's coming out in the Courier. He's got the Dark Ascension too if he wants to use it to get involved and get on top of the puck too, even though it is nighttime. See what the next move is going to be.
I mean, so far, you know, if you're both of these teams, you know, from Heroic side, who is it that they're most concerned about is getting the space? Because sure, DM's getting a lot down bottom, but, you know, Satanic, he's getting a good chance and a good area at the map, especially with the security of both supports being in the area, to hit probably a pretty solid timing on his Radiance.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're too, like, you want to obviously think about these things, but I don't know if you're too fussed because you're also getting a lot, right? Sure. It's like Whisper's getting shut down, but your Ursa and your Puck are having a phenomenal time right now, so I think at the moment, things are pretty chill for them.
Yeah, we can see the Battle Fury just about a few hundred gold away from coming out to Yuma.
Here comes the smoke. They've got what? Snapfire ult is up, so kisses are at the ready.
There we go.
See if Heroic is ready for this move.
And they do have to be a little bit careful in the sense that Satanic is very close to having enough money for his relic, so if the fight goes wrong, might hurt him a little bit on that timing.
They're bringing the summons, though. They've got the Dominator, they've got the Ancient Black Dragon, which comes in.
You know, Yuma, they've already pulled back right up to the tier 2. So
they seem to know.
This move ain't going to find anything. Might get them the chance to pressure and bring down the tower, but catching Yuma, unlikely.
Yeah, very good awareness coming out from Heroic here to not hemorrhage anything in the mid lane. TP, though, toward mid. Or in the bottom lane. TP toward mid. Dakalis is setting up. They do have that roar available with the kisses. Power rune will be bottom. Illusion rune.
A nice one here for no one if he does get jumped. Gives him an extra chance to slip away. Very close to his Aghanims. Just about 1,200 gold off it here for the mid Beastmaster. How's the net worth right now?
How's the stacks from both sides? I feel like it's been fairly even. I actually don't know if we did get a counter for that, but maybe a couple more on the side of Heroic. This is a tech that I've seen only Heroic do because they're the only ones picking Pudge, but we've seen this a couple times now. They do this, smoke a deceit with the Pudge to be able to farm the Ancients freely to get him a better timing. So
that's pretty nice, yeah.
It'll help his game.
Super safe.
He was struggling, he'll need that. So that will get him toward it. He will have at least one component of the Aghanims, but slowed down a fair bit anyway, still on Whisper. And he doesn't have the luxury. I mean, he has the luxury of being able to hook creeps, of course, and get that extra farm, but he doesn't have the luxury of a Night Stalker with a Dominator who just sends the Dominator creep to do his business. And get that extra farm that we've seen so much throughout this tournament. As we'll watch the Dark Troll Summoner.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to start cutting some creep waves, probably.
Yeah, King Jungles.
He's ready for it.
See what he can do to deal with it.
Okay, he'll disrupt the stack.
Yeah, they'll bring Yuma over as well. Let's clear this out, because, yeah, they don't want to give DM the chance to start grabbing creep waves.
And they'll kill it pretty effectively. It farmed absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
so.
Honestly, Ursa probably one of the better carries in the game, right, for dealing with these Helm of the Dome creeps. Kills them very, very fast.
Very true. They did the same thing with the Meepo the other day, if you remember. These heroes are fantastic at killing these Dominator creeps, so influx of gold for them.
On top lane.
They want to fight, it looks like, here.
Will be a good time to strike. I mean, it's a Satanic very, very close to having his Radiance timing complete.
Also setting up around the Shrine of Wisdom. 9 class.
Well, they're going to have
laying around the Vision.
Whisper ready to walk up. Boundless strike on back, gives him the chance to jump into the trees. Good escape there from 9 Class. Can he keep this up?
Split second. He's got
away.
another jump. He's gone.
It's a bit too tricky to catch him now. 9 Class should be fine.
Typical 9 Class, being very disruptive, giving so much information.
I mean, Whisper could try for a blind hook, but
no.
They don't have any information here.
That would be pretty wild if he's able to find him here.
Just going to keep eyes on Yuma. Another rocket comes in, but again, 9 Class a step ahead.
They're probably keeping track of that experience that he's sapping as well, so Yuma. He's being annoying. He's giving info. It's giving time for these items to come in for PVISION. I believe that Agonim's for the Beastmaster. It's done. No one is invading with an invis.
Ooh.
Yuma.
Good little push here, but the roar's going to be set up on a Yuma. The kisses are coming in as well. Dream come down on the two of them. Yuma's able to get the enrage off and starts to back away. 9 Class falling low here as Analog and Schofield look to chase him down, but no one's able to finish off Schofield first. DM. Analog has to back up now. 9 Class able to survive.
DM trying to find that angle with the Dark Ascension for the puck, but can't quite. A good invasive play here coming out from PVISION, but it only nets them the clockwork.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Radiance is done. Whisper will find more money.
About halfway towards the Agonims, and as we saw just there, Satanic getting the pre-15-minute Radiance done and online.
And that second Dominator is soon finished for 9 Class.
Schofield. Maybe considering something around the mid. Needs Analog to be a little bit closer though so they can bring in the damage required. And King Jungle's a little low on the mana right now to contribute.
It's funny how Schofield, even in this type of game, he's still queuing up the Agonims. Doesn't deviate his build. Even though the other games when he got it early, he was kind of crushing the game. This one, it's a lot slower, but he's still going for his build.
Oh, here we go. Smoke time here from the supports of Heroic. Whisper ready to join.
How long on the Roar? The Roar is back up. There's no nighttime though. That's what they're taking advantage of here. DM did pop the Ascension earlier.
It's been hit by a scan, so PVISION know what's coming. Can Heroic really still stand a chance of catching them by surprise here?
The rocket for Vision.
It's going to give them the Can Whisper line up the hook. Ooh, not quite, but the coil does connect before the cookie jumps there. Hook shot comes in as well, but it's deep. Backup's coming in from PVISION. They'll be able to lay down the Crystal Maiden ult here. Destroy Jakalis, but the TPs from PVISION continue to come through. They're ready to turn. Boundless strike on the King Jungle. Satanic moves in to kill off the CM as they're ready to see if they can maybe catch Analog as well. He's got the jump back up to the orb, so should be fine.
I love the aggression, but it's a little deep this time. They were able to get punished. Their PVISION, they're TPing in, might be able to pressure this tier 1 themselves now. Might actually get the tier 1 first now because of this move.
Yeah, pretty hard to push Satanic and no one off the tower, especially with some of the ults expended by Heroic.
And they had to use so much to get the snap there. The hook missed, the coil was broken. As Dakalis,
I guess himself another one there. Finds Schofield alone up top. He's got the burst to do it solo.
Wait, he got him by himself. Look at that. Maybe a Dominator creep also assisted, but either way, able to find that grab. As yeah, we did see the creep.
Yuma
though with his blink.
Indeed, with the blink reveal comes in and gets a kill for himself, back up to level 12 now on the Ursa.
Yuma is having a phenomenal game here so
close.
far.
Look at the two carries, right? Pretty much
so close.
As close as it gets, really.
This game,
the progress of these two, and both of them not afraid to turn up to the action, right? You know, when you look at PVISION's heroes, they've got a good ways to kind of get Satanic on the Lifestealer onto the front lines, and Heroic, obviously with his Blink Dagger Ursa, Yuma, any sort of fight that happens around a tower that's going to be set up by this puck Analog with the Dream Coil, Yuma's going to want to make sure he's there.
Now we'll see how the economy game goes, right? Because, as we said, Heroic playing a more honest approach toward the game. No Dominators. PVISION, the double Dominators are up. A 2K separation at the moment. And a lot of that is the Monkey King's extra net worth, of course, over those supports at the moment. Roar, the shield rune gets off.
It's giving him a fair bit of protection and should be easily enough to allow him to jump out of this one. So the Roar here will push both the tower. 9 Class is there with the backup, but Analog forces at the ready, gets himself away from the follow-up to that Boundless strike. They put the nighttime though, DM closing the gap. Yuma ready to jump in aggressively. The kiss is coming in, but Analog's got another orb up. Jumps back under the tier 2 tower. Satanic and 9 Class go in to kill off a King Jungle's under the tier 2.
Yuma
has to enrage, get out of the Wukong's command. Whisper not quite able to find a chance to get anyone hooked in over towards the tier 2 tower. So PVISION back off. They don't take any casualties themselves. They're just able to get that kill against King Jungle's CM.
A lot expended again there, though. Roar was used, but no one's able to secure himself this amp damage. Roar going to be back up in 30. Heroic, are they going to look to make a move to try to punish now that this Dark Ascension's down and Nighttime's down?
It's got to be appealing. I mean, we saw that earlier play. That it is that Raw time. timing that's kind of everything when it comes to what Heroic can try and punish when it's down.
And Whisper does have a big timing now. His Aghanims is done, so a lot stronger in the fray in terms of the aggression he can put on, but also just disrupting the healing and things from the Beastmaster,
It's
right?
a lot.
It does do quite a bit versus Beast. So they're feeling confident to get a bit aggressive here since those ultis are on cooldown. And we do have to mention, you talked about their analog adjusting his build. You're playing versus Night Stalker, you need a Force Staff either on yourself or supports. Probably wanting it on the puck as well too, so he did go for it. And he'll have a blink next soon too.
Yeah, he's going to be very slippery on the puck. Now, we'll have the tools to indeed dance around these heroes that are trying to get in on top of him.
See if we see perhaps an Orchid built up at some point. I know we used to see some of these Monkey Kings go for it, but maybe not yet. Maybe later down the lines could be something he thinks about versus that puck.
Overall, though, we can see kind of during the slower paces and periods of this game, PVISION able to make that little bit more out of the map. Around a 3K gold lead here as the game starts to slow back down a little bit.
They do just farm that bit faster with these Dominators, and yeah, having this Monkey King able to play like this, but Analog.
He's feeling pretty safe. I mean, it's just going to take a lot to lock him down, right, and stop him from being able to slide, blink, and orb away. They do need a pretty perfect combo of skills to come down on the puck to punish him.
Nighttime is hit. DM. Ult also at the ready very soon. The Tormentor, it's a bit different since it is with this Night Stalker, so it's on the bottom side. So unlike usual where it is up top. PVISION is going to be setting up for that one very quickly. It doesn't look like Heroic is in any way to contest it. They'll throw a rocket to scout.
See the shard.
Who gets it?
It's going to go the way of DM.
That's a really nice one to get for free.
Heroic. They'll make something happen elsewhere, though. Into the pit. Jump the freezing field as well. They need to speed this up.
I think so as well. I was about to say, they might want to use every spell as possible that they can to damage it. Looks like they should get away with it.
Yeah, PVISION, they do smoke up now, but it's a little too late, Roshan. It's going to all be Heroic. Streamer's going to have that Aegis secured for the next play. So now PVISION, they get a Tormentor, they get a Shard, but Heroic do manage to find that timing to get the Ursa in the pit and secure that second life.
Balance in all things. No one, a full BKB finished up now for this Beastmaster. He is going to be very difficult to bring down. Even though they have BKB piercing disables, the damage, unless the Ursa gets the fully free hit onto him, could be problematic now to deal with this Beast early. But could just be a bit of a slowdown time. Both teams might be content with sitting back, finishing up that next item. Yuma in particular, his BKB.
That's going to be so important, just to be able to give him the chance to run in and not worry about having the sort of silence come into play, stopping him from getting that enrage off.
DM is the big nuisance for sure versus that puck and the Ursa. They have to be very careful in terms of this game. I'm wondering if Analog even at some point does pivot toward a BKB. Sure, not yet, but maybe one of the next items, even though we don't see it too often on the puck. Depending on how he gets tripped up from the Night Stalker, we'll have to see if he does want to adapt.
Satanic, he's got his plans completely lined up.
9 class, he spotted.
He's going to get a hook shot in here from Schofield. 9 class, unlikely to get much backup here. He's able to jump out though with a sharp boundless strike.
He's actually going to survive.
He's away. No one coming in from the high ground. Maybe see if they can get an angle in on Analog, but it's very, very difficult. Analog at the ready, and Yuma, he's going to be around the mid, ready to grab that bottle and hold on to this amplified damage rune for the next team fight play that they'll look for. And you'd imagine Heroic,
they have vision bottom.
They're going to want to do something. Whisper looking for the setup on a DM. DM popping the ult off onto the side of the map. He's going to be able to sneak away. Nothing they can do about that right now whilst the hook shot's still on cooldown from Schofield. So DM will get away. But yeah, there's 3 minutes of opportunity really for Yuma to try and force a play with the rest of the team. And you can see how aggressive he is. He's ready to try and find some action. With the BKB, amplified damage rune, and the Aegis, I mean, PVISION, they've got to be prepared for this aggression that Heroic's going to be looking for.
They just have so much info getters, right? We see the Night Stalker and the Monkey King just constantly getting information. Again, they see Heroic.
Whisper, some of the blink. He's only going to find the helm of the Dom creep.
So they avoid the smoke immediately, just from that little play there from the Night Stalker. Able to gather that information, as you see time and time again.
I see Yuma there as well. Was maybe see if he could find the chance to get the solo catch on Ducalis, but Ducalis headed elsewhere.
PVISION's just avoiding until they get these timings.
And they're getting a lot of the timings. The gold lead increasing with every moment here for PVISION. Up to now 7K gold lead here, 23 minutes in. Heroic, they're desperate for blood, but PVISION just aren't giving it to them.
Just avoiding every single time. Satanic. SNY is now finished up too, so he's got that status resistance versus that bite in particular. So a lot safer for him to survive. Now Blink also for no one, so easier for him to pick and choose his target for the roar. PVISION is slowing the game down into a more and more comfortable position to be able to fight versus Aegis. They're very strong in team fights.
He is able to grab him off the trees. Has to dismember. It's going to be enough. It's slowing him down in the rot. So a little bit of action. The Heroics able to get back on the table there as 9class gets caught out.
It's been a long time since they've found a kill. It's just been avoidance from PVISION. But look at the Dark Troll Summoner. 9class dies, but so he lives on.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. And there's another one right above it, by the way, too. Cutting the next wave that maybe was getting through.
Let's see what Heroic do about this.
They're trying to hunt them.
I mean, what do you do if you're Heroic in this situation? You know, you want to find the fighting, you want to kind of get this action going, but PVISION are just not letting themselves sort of trip up.
That's a good question. You might have to start looking to play the economy game yourself, or just maybe go for more crazy type of plays forward, but that's a risky play. Going for such aggressive dives when you know that PVISION's playing on this defensive footing. It's dangerous.
And PVISION just getting so much DM.
He's in.
He's got his eyes on Schofield. No one's ready to back him up as well. So PVISION will be able to grab themselves a kill here.
I thought use the roar.
I mean, the game's kind of at that pace.
It's slowed down.
I don't think he cares. Yeah, he's ready to drop that cooldown. We'll see top lane Yuma having to back off here as Satanic starting to run him down a bit with the Radiance. Won't want to chase him down too much. Still 40 seconds left on the Aegis on Ursa.
Will find himself a Dominator creep.
And that's that timing.
Finished already.
I mean, he's pretty terrifying. That 4-stuff ain't going to save you anymore if he gets on top of you.
And this is a Night Stalker who is in a lane versus a CM Ursa. And look what he's got. He's got Blink, Nullifier, Dominator at the 25-minute mark. It looks like he was in a lane that was pretty much free for him. That's going to be very problematic for them.
Yeah, because now it's at the point where, you know, Heroic, they couldn't quite find any action. Now if they do, it's not necessarily going to be guaranteed at all that they come out on top of these skirmishes. PVISION will be ready to turn.
And this is that time. This is, we'll wait for a second. 9class again.
Should be able to finish him off here, a little too far away. And now, at this point, they've got the damage. So
good kill.
They're getting something. They're getting kind of a 9-class kill here and there to kind of keep that overall gold lead that PVISION have against them kind of closed up, at least not growing any further than it did in the last couple of minutes. Still around that 6 to now down to 5k gold. So Heroic definitely starting to slow down the advance that PVISION was gaining on them.
And Yuma is still farming very nicely, right? Almost neck and neck with that Lifestealer, so he's feeling confident. The Basher's done. I was going to mention this, so for Analog, let's see if he does adapt in the build that we were talking about, because that Nullifier is done for the Night Stalker. So now if he gets on top of him, Silence plus Nullifier, it can really cause some problems. But at the moment, it looks like he's content with just going for scale. And if you can get away with this type of itemization on Puck, on Ursa, your lineup does scale super hard. So, yeah, curious to see if this does work out for them, because they're not overreacting to the side of PVISION. They're just playing their own game, and they're like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see who idea is better.
Always have that threat of the high ground defense, right? You kind of consider PVISION's lineup, you know, the cores, and one of the supports, it's melee heroes, right? So when it comes to hitting the high ground down the line, you're lining yourself up for some pretty tasty hooks to be coming in from Whisper.
No, absolutely. And Whisper, you know, we didn't mention him, but he also has his BKB Blink done. He's actually matching the farm of DM, even without the Dominator. I guess those extra kills do matter, of course.
On the hunt themselves now.
See what they can find.
Schofield. Oh, they're going to make the jump forward. They'll get him. Very easy kill around the tower.
No funny business, but look at the wraparound here. Heroic. Looking for a sneaky play.
I mean, maybe if they can kind of catch PVISION starting to split up, but at the moment, PVISION staying pretty tight to one another. There's going to be a buyback from Schofield. They'll make the jump straight away to Carlos. They'll clean him up. Wukong's command of the Balance Strike drop down on a Whisper, but he's pretty tanky. Dreamcore comes in onto the two of them as Outlook jumps forward with the burst. Yuma trying to look for a target, but the ethereal form at the moment for no one stopping Yuma from being able to get the right clicks in. Now it ends. They're able to continue to chase the Beastmaster out of the fight. Schofield gets cleaned up by Satanic, but that chase at the top against the Beastmaster succeeds. They kill no one off. All in all, I mean, they did lose Analog. They did lose Schofield a second time, but they are able to take 3 kills away from PVISION.
Satanic and DM want to go back in.
Fight might not be over yet, indeed. King Jungle's getting jumped. Yuma's going to try and help out. He's getting the swipe stacked up on the DM, but Satanic comes in with a heal. Still the Yuma, keeping those swipes stacked up onto DM. The damage building up. The bash comes in. DM
He's still alive.
He's actually going to be fine for now. Okay, walks
he's
back
dead
in,
now.
accepts his death. Did get the nullifier off onto Yuma as Satanic will run him down. Good jump to the low ground.
Can he stick on him the blink?
He's going to blink up in a second. Good jukes as Yuma will manage to dance away from Satanic.
Oh, what a cool fight. I mean, the wraparound for Heroic almost works beautifully. The problem in that fight was honestly, DM killed Analog Photo Zero. That nullifier that he got, he would just, completely sandwiched him and brought him down. Satanic and Yuma will survive at the end of it all, but Satanic comes out a bit more ahead in the end of it all. Up to level 21, a 20k net worth now for him. I think he does have to adapt somehow. I'm checking Analog, what he wants to build. Okay, he's going Hurricane Pike. So he's going to use that on the Night Stalker instead to have that be the counter rather than having to build a full another item to protect himself.
Because what, if you Hurricane Pike the enemy, even if you're nullified right, it still pushes back.
Yep, it does not dispel it off of you.
You're still able to get pushed back. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is if he had this in the last fight, he likely lives, and it could have been a completely different outcome where Heroic maybe comes out even a bit more in a good position there. But as it stands, PVISION, after that fight Satanic, he is cruising. That's almost an massive. AC finished also for him.
Oh, yeah. And we're seeing on the other side, Yuma, he's going to opt to try and get that Abyssal as soon as he can. And he's got it now. So Abyssal Blade done. We did see how kind of clutch the bashes were coming in that last fight. He's able to drop down the active on someone. Should have the chance of tearing them apart pretty quickly. Now, obviously, that last fight, they did get no one, but it did take them a long time, right? They had to really chase him out at the team fight and stay on top of him to get that kill.
And that was them with the positioning, right? They got that wraparound, and it's still, they didn't get those kills almost immediately. And speaking of which, PVISION, smoke, or invis, sorry, on no one, looking for another play. Whisper, he's under vision.
There's the setup. Straight in with the Raw and bringing in Satanic. They easily have the damage to tear apart the Pudge.
Satanic gets the last hit as well, too. Even more HP up to monster kill. 418, 421 bonus HP now for him. He is getting very tanky.
Difficulty definitely rising here for Heroic.
Does feel like that, absolutely. Analog, he's got the Pike, does get the phase shift off. Can he play his around this?
It's tricky to chase. Silence comes to an end. Nullifier will catch on to him, but no, he's able to jump out with the phase shift dodge and the orb. 9+ is sweeping across, so Analog has to continue to play on his toes there because they're on him. Jump. The Silence is back up. They get the jump on him, and this time he's not able to jaunt away.
And in the meanwhile, too, they get a Roche. PVISION is starting to accelerate things.
They really are. About 500 gold away from that AC now on Satanic.
No one's got the Roar ready. They bought him a gem earlier, too, after that last fight.
Under attack.
He's always in a good position to know if anyone is stalking him. Schofield. They found him.
They do. They've got the Raw.
There's just kills everywhere, Owen. It is falling apart for Heroic.
I mean, King Jungles, I think he got very close to a bit of a clutch snipe there. I believe the courier did have the rest of the BKB of DM on, but the delivery was actually made just before the courier got killed. And, of course, King Jungles still loses his life for that effort.
This life steal is just getting way too big. Just the difference between him and Yuma now at this point. Yuma can't do it on his own.
Bottom tower is under attack.
No one. Jumps forward.
It definitely
4
feels
minutes
like
on this Aegis.
It's going to get to the point where the question is how strong of a high ground defense can Hero pull together? Yuma will find a grab out to the side whilst Dakalis is separate from the rest of the team, but now the rest of the team's ready to close in. Defensive hook will drag Yuma away, as Yuma will get away with that one. Gets the kill, gets out with the help of Whisper.
PVISION sticking in the area. Satanic still feeling as strong as possible.
Tower is under attack.
Definitely, the pressure's going to fall onto the shoulders of Whisper. Can he get these crazy angles on the high ground defense to get those hooks, pull apart the attempts from PVISION when they look to try and close up towards the barracks, towards those tier 3s?
It does feel like
that's going to be their next best shot.
Yeah, it feels like it's very dependent on the cores in this game on Heroic. It's been a pretty quiet game from the support zone, I have to be honest. Schofield,
they're falling behind.
Not really having much of a game this time on the Clockwork. Maybe, yeah, in his lane, absolutely. But right now, he's 0-7, and he hasn't even built any items to buff up his allies either. He's built completely for himself. So
it's definitely one of those risky builds, right? When you rush the axe. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks like the support you encounter in your pubs. It's a risky move. It's not paying off so far, but Schofield will say, hey, this game's still young. We're only 32 minutes in.
Hey, it's very true.
We're probably going to hit the 60 minutes, and Schofield's absolutely still got a chance, if it goes 30 minutes more, to maybe come in with those plays, and he'll say, hey, you know what? The Ags rush, it was absolutely warranted.
We'll have to see if it does does pay off. Because he can do still some really nice stuff with the Aghanims. You know, I'm only critiquing him a little bit extra because it's Schofield, but you know, he can scout a lot, right? And in this game, scouting has definitely been pretty crucial. So
and you can clear the waves, right? You can prolong the game.
You absolutely can.
Flares, being spammed down. So. As I say, yeah, Schofield, he's ready to keep playing this game for another 30 minutes. Let's see if they can try and hold on that long, because PVISION against them, they're continuing to hit these timings. They'll get themselves another shard. This time goes the way of Satanic. They've got 2 minutes of Aegis, so very likely to bring the fight. Heroic, they've got to do the best to kind of limit the casualties and try and not lose too much against these next moves from PVISION, because otherwise PVISION, they could be moments away from shutting down the game.
Absolutely. I mean, PVISION, they're just getting a bit too much, it feels like, out of the map. The map is shrinking it. All of Heroic is having to follow each other because of this annoying vision game that we've seen from PVISION. So they can't really separate from each other because they just might hemorrhage 4 kills as we saw before. If they split up on Heroic, heroes could die all over the place. So they have to kind of stick together like this versus the PVISION strategy.
A refresher on no one.
Continues to grow.
They can find the opening to get that sort of setup. The silence, the roars on towards Yuma. You know, if any of these fights really where they take Yuma out, the damage, it's just not going to be there for Heroic to tackle these 3 beefy cores of PVISION.
I think the only reason this game has felt as close as it is because Yuma is having a flawless game.
Absolutely.
He's 6-0. If he had died even once, this game might just feel completely out of control.
He's holding on pretty hard here for the team, Yuma.
Another amp damage to spawn. Satanic will be waiting at the bottle at the ready.
This could be
They're just going to pick it up. All right, they want to just pressure with it. So 1 minute left on this Aegis that he wants to use this amp damage with.
He wants to get in.
Dire
get right in there.
Radiant's
start to bring in the mid push.
What's the response going to be?
Not going to be able to push them off the tier 2, that's for sure. So they'll have to let the mid fall.
There's a sneaky ward that has been placed down bottom also quite some time ago that could catch Heroic off guard when getting back to their base.
And at the same time, we'll see if Heroic themselves are able to get some sneaky vision outside of the base to set up for those high ground hooks from Whisper.
Whisper's looking for it.
He's going to try for 9 class. Is it going to get him? He'll get the Dismember off onto Satanic, but Satanic is perfectly fine. They have to be careful about how they go about tackling the Lifestealer, and indeed they'll be able to pull back. They do not want to put too much into trying to go on this Lifestealer, especially once he still had a few seconds left of Aegis. Will start to now come to an end.
Daytime will hit. Looks like PVISION will back up with that. Continue to play that economy game as they continue to grow and grow and grow in terms of that economy. Seeing 9 class, he's gone full greed this game, as he tends to, but Diffusal into the Scotty next, it's going to be very, very annoying to play against for these cores, in particular the Pudge and the Ursa. The fights just, they continue to feel harder and harder and harder for Heroic, and I'm wondering how and when it's going to feel that much easier. Perhaps it's when Yuma does have that MKB, but again, it does feel like it's starting to feel like him versus the world a lot in this one.
Still just sort of little things like the Ghost on no one that makes it hard for them to get jumped. He's going to try for King Jungles. King Jungles at the moment kind of juking him in terms of the vision, so a lot of time of this BKB being put to waste. Still will get the Roar though at the end of it, allowing Satanic to close up and take down another.
Hey, and that's actually a really good call that you did mention there, right? Like, Yuma has to do so much, and he has no nullifier.
No.
So they can just dance around him, either with these Ghost Scepters or Force Staffs in particular. Very hard heroes to bring down. With the Monkey King as well, too. He can just boundless out of a lot of situations, too. So definitely hard for Yuma in terms of how he wants to progress into this later stage.
And we'll see Refresher being queued up next. I imagine what the plan's going to be. If Whisper can come... Ooh, no one is in the jump on a Yuma. Schofield comes in with a hook shot in the cogs to hold them back. Schofield will fall for sure. Yuma, though, with that play from Schofield, should be able to get out. Did cost him his BKB, though. Had to use it.
85 seconds, no BKB. No one's in.
He's going to have the buyback coming straight away from Schofield. Does not want to allow PVISION to get away with that.
He's got another Roar. He still has that at the ready, and double BKB if he wants to have it for the side of no one. Forcing a buyback again. That's 2 from Schofield.
Yeah, the gold difference starting to look
growing.
Pretty crazy now. 20k a gold advantage here for PVISION 37 minutes in.
Satanic is getting close to being maxed out too. He's got to believe the Daedalus finished up. His Ag's going to get consumed too. He is massive, and that's the Scotty's finished up now too for 9 class. These supports I say supports. These cores now on PVISION are cores as well.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, 9 class, he's definitely not got any problem with this game going on. He's more than happy to get to the stage where he might just be 6-slotted as well.
Heroic has to do something chaotic, and that's what they're looking for here. Smoking out. There's no Dark Ascension. There's no nighttime, so looking to perhaps take advantage of that here. But PVISION are all so far back.
Well, this could be a bit risky, stepping out on the map like this.
They're not even going to find Ducalis down here, who's just farming in a
Do they find
very
anyone?
interesting spot.
Even if they get up here onto Satanic, it's going to be tough to take him down before backup is inbound.
Oh, and Yuma also has no BKB, so it's 15 seconds on cooldown.
I
If
mean,
they
wants
commit
the
for
wisdom.
this.
He's going to get it.
Satanic.
They're going to make the jump. They're going to see if they can try and burst him. The damage is stacking up. It's enough.
They got him.
They killed him off, but now the
Massive.
Roar comes in. PVISION ready to punish. Yuma is going to be able to jump away for now. Refresher's popped. Whisper holding back no one, though. Will give the chance for Yuma to continue to retreat. It looks like they're going to get away with it. They're going to try and go for more. The Boundless Strike will stop Yuma from getting his hands onto no one.
What a play from the split second. He was a split second from getting that infest off and perhaps surviving.
And it's such a risky time, as you said, to have the foresight to go for that play, despite the fact that your own carry, his BKB was still on cooldown. That could have gone horribly wrong, but they get away with it and take away at least a 5k gold, you know, sort of lead that PVISION did have, you know, down to 15k.
And Owen, look what just spawned. Roche is up. That's 60 seconds without the lifestealer. If they're able to scout that, be absolutely massive for Heroic. What a heads up play. And I think that's, honestly, that might just be how they have to play for this game. They can't just like sit back. They kind of have to do these chaotic plays and find this lifestealer.
So
very nice
keep this
play.
up here, Heroic. PVISION next time round, they're definitely going to make sure that the backup is ready if Satanic does get caught, even in the deeper areas of their map.
Oh, and they're going to get, it looks like 2 T2s and maybe even that Roche if they do back up for it right away. They scout it.
And you've got to imagine again, when you go for that play and you carry Yuma still at the BKB on cooldown, that was probably Yuma making that call, right?
So, yeah, I mean, that's...
It definitely feels like Yuma being that sort of solid rock that's bringing the team together.
High risk, high
giving them a
reward.
chance here in what so far looks to be a very difficult game still for Heroic. They'll finish the Roche. Aegis here for Yuma.
They killed it before it could shift sides too, so a good aggressive play there coming out from Heroic. A massive turnaround.
Yeah, they're coming back swinging here, Heroic.
Almost have completely recovered this game just off that one move, finding Satanic. A 10,000 gold swing. Level 26 now for the Ursa. He's actually gone for the double Earth Shock, which I feel like most times we see the overpower lately, but yeah, an interesting little adaptation also for him. Maybe just wanted to have that extra bit of enrage too is going to be nice for these fights.
Yeah, big step up in damage output also for Heroic. The Parasman now online for Analog. And this is the thing, right? Whilst there's been a little bit of a difference between the carries that Yuma has now pretty much closed against that of Satanic. When you look at the other cores,
they're catching up.
Pretty even.
It is.
We have Analog pretty much in the same position as no one. And DM and Whisper, they're in a very similar situation gold-wise as well. Overall, the majority of that difference, it's between the supports.
Exactly, so. And Yuma now, a full another item picked up. He's got the Swift Blink. They have the luxury of the 4 minutes with this Aegis. And they have this Refresher Shard on Whisper. This Refresher Shard could just change everything too, right? If he gets a double bite, full duration on the core.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That gives more than enough time for Yuma to kill anyone that Whisper's got his hands on.
And yeah, Cheese, right? Cheese for the puck. He essentially has a second life to protect versus that Nullifier combo that can come out from the Night Stalker.
I mean, looks like
we're in for a treat here.
They're not afraid to fight still, even though this Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard is on Heroic's side. They've smoked up themselves. And they're ready to try and get the jump.
They spent their gold too. No buyback on DM. No buyback on Satanic.
Well, let's see what they do here. They find Yuma with the Nullifier. Jump in from Whisper, though. He will miss the hook. 9 class. He's going to get to the hook shot in the face here by Schofield. Core to the side. That's 9 class gone. Back in the midst of the fight. Whisper will fall. Analog. He's going to try and push forward. Phase shift just in time before the Roar was going to be coming in from no one. And now Yuma makes the jump forward. Looks to Ducalis, but the 4-star gets Ducalis back to safety. Buybacks now coming out from both sides.
Analog's alive.
Phase shifts there just in time. Analog, can he jump out of this one? He cannot. He'll get the coil off, but Analog's gone. And that probably should be the cue for Heroic to get out of it.
Trying to disengage, but looking to reset. Yuma's thinking about it.
He's considering. He's under this observable from PVISION, though. They're going to set down further vision, knowing that Heroic were trying to look for this risky play. They do get the D-ward, though, so Heroic, they're going to know that PVISION was maybe prepared for this.
It's eyes on Whisper. He did use the buyback in this fight.
DM. And 9 class just sort of stepping forward. Heroic. They make the call to back off. I think as soon as they sort of popped the sentry down, saw that PVISION had vision on Yuma maybe trying to get back in at the end of that fight, they kind of called it. They said, we don't want to go for this anymore.
Whisper dies with almost getting nothing off. He got his BKB off, but wasn't able to get the secondary one, got completely locked down. And then Analog, he jumps in to try to help his buddy. I think he uses cheese and gets greater healing lotus and still can't reset and get out of that fight. So still getting tripped up by the silence. Even with all these defensive tools that he's tried to go for, no BKB, no way to just prevent it completely.
Yeah, now PVISION, they're going to be more than happy to try and look for the play there. I mean, we saw them not afraid to fight and being able to kind of come out even on the results of that little bit of a skirmish. Now that there's no Aegis, no cheese on Heroic, PVISION, they're absolutely going to want to try and go again. The side Schofield, he'll get the setup character to them in the cogs. He'll die for this, but Yuma's able to get the jump. They get the dismembering onto DM.
He's gone for 90.
Schofield happily trading his life there for the core of PVISION.
And it's the gem as well, too, so a big pickup. Great connection there from Schofield. I don't even think that was the initial target that he wanted. That hook shot actually hits the smoke target that was blocking Ducalis. So a nice little pickup there from Schofield again.
And no doubt about it, even though PVISION have maintained the lead for the majority of this game, they're definitely going to feel shaken up a little bit with how well Heroic has proven to be able to hold the game, punch back.
I mean, and Yuma just continues to just play almost flawless. Like he's 7-0-3. He's truly being the rock for the team.
That's pretty insane. Yeah, if you consider sort of the amount of action that's been starting to go on in these later stages, the fact that they've not been able to get this Ursa at all is rather remarkable.
Radiant are scanning.
Doing a great job of keeping that core-to-core matchup versus this Lifestealer.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted it. That's why they wanted this last pick, as we do see Heroic smoked up again. Still 30 seconds, no Night Stalker.
And I guess this is the thing as well for Yuma, why it's working so well for him in these fights. He's just got so many heroes around him that are more than happy to throw their own lives into the front lines, right? You got Whisper jumping in, Analog ready to make these aggressive moves straight underneath the entire team of PVISION, and Schofield always ready to initiate with a hook shot. So with all this stuff being thrown at PVISION, it's very difficult for them to isolate and deal with the bear.
And he's not the one getting silenced, right? It's the Night Stalkers having to go for the puck. Because if Analog gets left alone in these fights, Analog might run rampant. So, yeah, it's a good way that they've been balancing off of each other of who tanks which spells. So we do see Heroic still looking for potentially another play, but not going to be the case. Schofield just has to continue hugging Yuma. And he is just, using this Aghanims to just scout tree lines.
Yep.
Every single time he can, he's shooting the rockets, looking for 9 class.
Oh, it's doing a lot. I mean, it's definitely, as I say, getting closer to that period of the game where the greediness of the clock definitely feels good. You're happy to have him on the team.
BKB also finished up for KJ, so that Frostbite, or that Freezing Field is going to start having some impact as well, too.
A lot of money on no one. What do you think he's considering next? 5.7k coming up in the bank for the Beastmaster.
Is under attack.
That's a good question, because they already have the AC. He already has... Yeah, I'm not sure, actually.
But could you look for a Hex, or does a Hex not really do too much?
I think Hex is probably the best one. I was thinking Hex or maybe even just Linken's to protect and block this Abyssal Blade in particular on a core, but...
That's true. Maybe help someone kind of for the dismember efforts, right?
Yeah, because there's a couple of different single target abilities that can be very annoying this game, so
like
he's got options. I'm not too sure, though. I think he's also debating which one is best so far. This gold lead has been kind of sitting at a similar amount for a lot of this game,
really
but Heroic has been able to play around that beautifully.
And it does feel like each time that PVISION's had the lead, they haven't really left their side of the map too much.
True. Yeah.
They're very much holding back. They're seemingly sort of waiting until they themselves have kind of like these 6-slotted, maybe, as we said, the 6-slotted supports like 9 class. You know, he's very close to having that BKB on top of the Diffusal and Skadi.
Just having more difficulties getting the scouting that they did earlier on. They're going to go for another smoke play, looking for something here. No one still has not used his gold, but he will have he will be able to boots of travel and buy back into the team fight. So maybe that's just the thing that he's prioritizing most.
Sure. I mean, he should still have a little bit of money on top of that, but indeed maybe not quite enough to pick up a full item. So really considering his options.
It's probably just in case he has to buy boots of travel 2 and rejoin the fight rather than just bots 1. It could be something along those lines, as we do see the fight coming toward this top left side.
There we go.
The Rockets will give some information.
Heroic know that P-Vision's coming for them.
Whisper on the front.
Hook shot off the mark. And there's the BKB. No one. It's going to make the jump in. They're going to try and go all out in onto Whisper. Bound the strike the side, holds down the Glock. jumping in, looking for DM. DM's able to get out to safety though.
Whisper's got
Yuma, he's got to back up now with his teammates dead and the BKB and Enrage coming to an end for the Ursa. He's got to run. King Jungles will put the BKB, but the physical damage tears him apart. PVISION coming out on top and maybe not even done yet. They've still got their eyes on Analog. He'll get the phase shift off. So if he can jump out of this one, he can't at all. PVISION take down the 4 of them.
He spent his gold on the puck too.
I mean, they all have
destroyed.
No buybacks available here on the 4 dead on Heroic. This could hurt them big time. Only Yuma alive. We'll see how much PVISION's able to take away from them.
This could just be a Rax without the other 2 cores available. Yuma's got his work cut out for him. The dream start to the fight for PVISION. They kill the Pudge. He gets nothing off. Whisper, I believe he gets a bite off at the end, but the damage is already done there. Complete chaos coming out from Heroic, and PVISION just playing the fight beautifully. Look at DM even hiding Yuma around during that coil.
Absolutely. Yeah, just too slippery, too fast. Can't stay on top of the Night Stalker there in that situation, Yuma. It's PVISION. Here comes the push up to the base of Heroic. Let's see how much they can take away from them.
It's at least one set.
Top tower has fallen.
It's tier 3.
Radiant's
And the
top tower
barracks gone. Still a painful amount of time for Heroic where they're going to have to sit back without the presence of Whisper or Analog for the defense.
They'll pop the glyph here. Yeah, so 30 seconds without the puck. They need every single one of their elements.
There's no way the 3 of them are going to try and make a move without the 5-man alive, so they've got to let a second set go on.
This could be 3 sets. They've got to defend soon.
Radiant's middle barracks.
PVISION with the patience and lead that they've had this game. Finally finding this huge opportunity to absolutely demolish the base of Heroic. Schofield's going to try and throw something. Yuma's going to go for it, but the Roar's there.
Infest.
He'll get the Enrage off Yuma. Has to start backing away, though. As the BKB begins to fall off. PVISION, they've got the damage done. They've taken the barracks all the way from Heroic. The Mega Creeps are out.
Heroic have done such a good job through the majority of this game to hang on, but hang on it just was, it seems, as PVISION now Mega Creeps, and a huge opportunity as now Roche will also spawn. They're hitting their element.
Dire are scanning.
Yuma, as we said, still yet to die, but can't do it on his own.
They're trying to head out.
PVISION.
It's been hit by a scan, though, so PVISION know that Heroic are going to maybe try and make this last-ditch attempt outside of the base.
And they've just got this Dominator up on the high ground giving information as well. How do you approach this fight as Heroic?
It's so hard. In particular, where it's 4v5, you don't have Schofield ready to sort of throw himself in and disrupt the action with a hook shot and a cogs.
I think they might have to do that, though, and I think they can't approach these fights normally. They kind of have to get the initiation.
They've got eyes on DM, but instantly out with a blink. Yuma's going to try and chase. We'll get the Abyssal Connection. Whisper jumps in as well, but DM is going to get forced away. Coil will catch on to a refresher's pop, and Yuma stays on top of DM. Is able to kill him off. Pudge in trouble, though. Whisper controlled here by Satanic. They'll get the buyback coming in. King Jungles will live for now, but Satanic jumps forward, takes him down. Yuma having to run with the last few seconds of the BKB, but PVISION will stay on top of him. His Earthshock's down to the low ground, but the Abyssal from DM's back up. Yuma's dead. Triple kill for Satanic. Heroic, they tried to go for that last attempt. It does not work out. This Roshan, and very likely the game fogged. It's going to be PVISION's.
They tried to do the chaos play, but they did not have the numbers. Everyone just buys back. The targets that they prioritize, DM's like, I can throw my life, buys back, rejoins it immediately. The Ursa dies for the first time in this game, but as you said, it could be that nail in the coffin. He has buyback.
He does.
But let's see if they can even hang on here.
Whisper, though, does not. Still, yeah, 350 gold away from having the buyback on Pudge, so we'll just be with the 4 of them. And trying to hold against PVISION now seems pretty impossible as they're on to the tier 4s.
Middle tower.
Aegis on no one, refresher shot on 9 class. PVISION, they're ready to lay down the Wukong's command. Try and enter Yuma, he's in with the jump. They're trying to burst the Lifestealer. Satanic is going to get hit, but get by another bash. He'll get him with the Infest. Survives, heals up. They take down the bear, and with that, the tier 4s continue to remain exposed. This game is over. GG is called. PVISION will take the first game.
The economy war, I mean, PVISION playing the map as they do, as we've seen them do so much this tournament. It works again. Heroic, they
really
tried their best getting these type of chaotic plays, which absolutely worked at least 1 or 2 scenarios, but overall, PVISION, they had a pretty good grasp in a lot of this game.
Yeah, the lead was just too much for Heroic to deal with. They
Like they have some circle that you need to force out of in the Monkey King. And
Pain from your Phoenix core, which is going to be dealing insane amount of magical damage, and then you have Templar Assassin with the EP aura on top of that. So the heroes are going to be dying very quickly.
I think the laning setup is also very, very strong for PVISION here with the TA, ET, and the Phoenix Monkey King. I could see them kind of getting a good advantage out of their side lanes, and then you have a Corp to run around and snowball the lead even further. You know, so this game could either be, it's just about the sacrifice they're making this game, where they're picking a lot of weak heroes in the lane, and if they can actually bypass and solve that problem in the game, I think they're going to be in a good shot going into the mid-late game for Heroic.
All right, okay. I just gotta see where it is, because we said coming into this one, it could potentially be a very close series. We don't exactly know where it could lay either way. PVISION up against Heroic. I do know that Heroic, they're gonna need a little bit of backing here, Jenkins.
from the crowd, you mean?
Yeah, or you.
Yeah, let's go Heroic, game 3. So we can get another punch. Let's get another punch on the menu.
I was hoping for a little bit more,
chances
but
for Crimson Witness. Let's hear it for Crimson Witness and Heroic.
I believe in this PVISION draft. I'm going to be honest.
We're going to go down to the coach, because I feel like that's someone who could definitely give us more faith in Heroic.
Absolutely. We are here with Caps. Caps, welcome back again. Hell of a game that you guys played last time. Really fought till the end there, and pretty good draft here, I have to say myself here. You did give them their iconic Monkey King again. Do you think that the Mars will be enough to deal with that, or did you have any other plans for that?
We think that the hero is annoying for sure, but if we worry about a hero just because it's annoying, the draft gets too hard. And I think this game we have better tools to deal with it, and we could have won last game as well, right? You guys saw it. It was close.
Absolutely. It was a hell of a game. So how did you get the guys out of that mindset? Because it really was a back and forth. You guys did great in that early game. Were there any words that you said to them, like, guys, drop it, let's get in the next game?
We usually just try to be as direct as we can about the things that went wrong and cheer them up in general, like a good friend.
All right. Well, I could definitely tell that you guys are big homies in there, and obviously against a team that you know a lot about. The crowd, I don't know if you saw them, but they were absolutely screaming out for you. Heroic fans, you still out there?
There's way more than expected, since South America is a bit far, you know?
Yeah, South America far, but they're here in spirit, and they're ready to see you win this one. Bring it to a game 3. Are you ready for that, my man?
Of course, of course.
All right, let's bring it into the game and see if they can make it then. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time to get this game 2 action underway between PVISION and Heroic. Fogged, what do you make of the approach this time around? Changes, but of course Heroic, they do still end the draft with that Ursa once again.
He played a hell of a game in that last game, right? So I can see why he probably asked for it again. But adaptations made on both sides, as we do see a ton of team fight this game, Owen, on both sides. It's actually insane how much it's been round up with an ET being brought into the mix. My favorite hero, of course, I have to say that. But yeah, lots of different things that we can talk about here as Analog getting to play his extremely, if not his most comfort hero. Of course, his Puck is one of them, but he loves to play this Shadow Fiend. So looking forward to see what he can do on this, because I felt like in that last game, he just had such a hard time in the Puck. They just had so many answers for him. Yes, he was pulling attention away from the Ursa, tanking the Night Stalker silence a lot, but this one, maybe he can have a bit of a better time in terms of just standing his ground.
And do you like that overall from Heroic going for this approach where they do keep that, the Nature's Prophet back in the support position and get something else secured for the cause in a game like this?
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool because KJ's favorite hero. He's played it so many times in pubs, also in these officials, and I think it does give you an extra tool in terms of playing the economy map game. PVISION has shown how many games they love the economy map game. Having a hero like Nature's Prophet, even as support, it can do a lot. Either scouting with the Sprouts, sending treants eventually once he starts getting the points in it. So looking forward to see what he's going to be able to do, if anything in particular. And let's see how Yuma's game in particular also goes, since he did have a great performance in that last one, but it does feel like there's a lot more things to trip him up this game.
Oh, well, yeah, well, you would consider
Fire
this
Spirits
as a tougher challenge for the Bear.
Yeah, besides the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker was very difficult for him in that last game, but the attention from the Night Stalker was on the Puck. This one, I think more attention is going to be put on this Ursa in terms of just naturally inside of the fights. The stomps, the Shadow Strikes from the Queen of Pain, Trap Silence from a Templar Assassin, let's say mid-game. So we'll see how that adjustment comes out. And speaking of the Shadow Striking in the mid lane, right now no one having a pretty great time in the mid lane. 13-8.
A lot of denies and bottom lane. First blood's gonna be found here by the two of them, DM and 9 class. That's a rough one.
Yeah, this lane in particular is way harder. The Night Stalker plus the Monkey King lane is a passive farm style lane. This is an oppressive lane that is going to try to constantly kill you. And Phoenix, if he gets off to a hot start, can be one of the more oppressive 3-position heroes as we've seen.
I mean, that's the thing, right?
33.
Because in this lane, as long as DM has dive up, he's never going to die against his Nature's Prophet and Ursa duo, right?
No, unless there's a third hero, right, that rotates in. But I don't think Schofield can really leave too much. He has to stay top, since he wants to make sure that he can give his Mars something, because that's a hard lane for the Mars playing versus the ET. ET can constantly set up kills onto you.
And we saw last game, obviously, you're very much a fan of them finding a way to get the Lifestealer in as the carry pick this time round, getting that TA here for Satanic, another one of his, his strongest heroes in the carry position. They're going to be feeling pretty good about getting that through this game, right?
For sure. It gives them so much hybrid damage. Now they have so much physical. They also have a ton of magical, and they have ET, which just loves to have this type of hero that thrives off of that extra minus armor, too. Definitely looks strong. For most teams, I mean, not everybody picking the TA, but again, it gives you, map control, vision control.
Another kill here for the two of them.
Yuma, the earn charges, giving up kills is dangerous here.
It's going to get just tougher and tougher for Yuma really to survive through this laning stage. I mean, they're going to have to bring out a lot of regen. I mean, how do they sort of keep him in a position to farm down here?
He might just die, honestly. It's very likely he might just die almost immediately. DM, if he lands even an earn on him, might just be the kill.
Time of spring. He's able to dodge it there with the Earth Shot. But yeah, this is not a fun spot to be in if you're the Ursa.
He's going to have to spend a lot of money on regen, so he even buys his own salve. They've got an early bracer that he goes to try to withstand some of that pressure. But yeah, it feels like this is going to be very sad for Yuma in terms of this laning phase. Gets his salve canceled immediately from the Urn to an instant Fire Spirits.
That DM ready to just push the hero to the limits and gets them with the dive as well. Boundless is there. Yuma should be all right this time.
Can they turn it?
So if they can get the swipe stacked up on a 9 class spread to block him off, Yuma's got to be careful.
Fire
the Spirit connects, and that's going to allow 9 class to just trade back with him and survive. He gets away.
Another one.
Oh, this bottom lane, it's painful to watch for. This is getting nasty.
This can actually be the big problem with picking something like NP5, the greediness in the lane, but it's mostly just this Phoenix, how oppressive the hero can be. Ursa walks up, eats multiple Fire Spirits. They have another Earn charge immediately, so they can look to continue this pressure.
I mean, as you said as well, that it's just difficult really for Schofield to leave sort of the top to be here.
He might have to, honestly. Like, this is disastrous.
Jungles, he's tried for this play to see if he could kind of catch 9 class backing off, but now he's going to die for it. So it's just going to be another kill for DM, now dominating. 5 minutes in, 4 kills here on the Phoenix.
This is really problematic. You have to do something to fix this. DM is going to have the earliest Spirit Vessel of ever, maybe. Definitely the tournament, but he's pretty close to having it already. About 700 off, and he's buying small items in between. It's a really good Vessel game, too, whenever you're playing versus something.
Here's Schofield heading down to at least provide some sort of extra presence for Yuma.
You have to.
What they can do, they get the Nightmare drag back, but he has got the dive up, DM. And 9 class is here ready to help out, so DM should be able to step away. They'll throw down a blood grenade, but TPs are coming in. Heroic, they're not getting a kill out of this. They have to back off.
No one will cancel the TP, but they do get the rune as well, so Ducalos was able to take that one away from Analog. All 3 lanes
look
going
at this
beautifully
mid lane.
for PVISION.
20 denies here from no one against Analog's SF. That's pretty crazy, because out of all the heroes, you don't normally expect you to be able to get that many denies against an SF.
An unbelievable start for the side of PVISION.
Yeah, this is getting crazy.
We see, I mean, Schofield, as you said, he's looking to make some adaptation, looking to adjust somehow, but even with the 3 heroes down here, Owen, this is not an easy way to push DM out of the lane.
Look at this as well. We're 6.5 minutes in. Satanic, he has double the CS of Yuma's Ursa.
Oh, in this game, it's rough at the start here, and we'll see how Heroic can look to adapt things. Even when the problem is, too, is their mid laner is having such a hard time. Usually what happens is, okay, our mid can try to tempo control and adapt and make things look better for us, but he's getting also having big problems in that mid lane, a catapult wave even.
And I don't think Schofield's going to get away with this. Unless he can you make some sort of play with the Nightmare to secure this?
You can sleep them out of it and pull them away. Let's see if he can.
He might just... Okay, he's going to show himself.
He did it.
Oh, there we go. Easy.
He did it the perfect way.
A little bit of something, but he doesn't have a TP, so he's going to just have to try and walk back to safety.
Looks like he will be able to get away with that one. So at least one thing going the way of Heroic.
It's the best thing that's happened for them so far this game. It's a tough one here.
Yeah, their Ursa is already having to hit jungle creeps. SF as well, also having to hit jungle. It's pre 8 minutes and they're getting pushed out of their lane. It's a level 4 Ursa, and
And this is, yeah, I guess just having sort of this mid SF and this safe lane Ursa, they both need a lot of time, a lot of space to fall back, hit the jungle creeps. Like, who's going to make moves on Heroic? Who's going to be able to do anything anytime soon against PVISION?
It's gonna be strictly Whisper, and when Requiem is up, it feels like, right? Okay. And that feels pretty difficult to play against this type of draft from PVISION. Yeah, DM, he's got Vessel. It's done. Level 6 also finished up too, so he's going to look to probably pressure this tower here. And cool to see that he goes for this aggressive build on DM also, not the Dominator, right? In a lot of games, maybe we've seen Dominator picked up even on Phoenix, but this one he knows he can just crush. He can really crush the whole game with this type of start.
I mean, just looking again at the denies, this has to be one of the highest sort of collective amount of team denies that's in the first 8 minutes of a game, right? Now, 8 minutes in, do you ever really see a team have, like, I can't do the quick maths, but it's something like 60 denies across all lanes just 8 minutes in?
Rare to see it at the International in particular, right? Sometimes we do see it in some other tournaments when a team is just outskilled, but yeah, this is pretty crazy so far from PVISION.
See how much you can make them work for it. Stomp's going to connect.
It'll be annoying to chase him. They'll have to save the Boundless to be able to stop his TP, and it looks like Schofield's going to make him work for it for a long time here.
I mean, he still doesn't have a TP.
True.
So he's just he's going to try and, you know, sort of live his best life here, just trying to be a nuisance.
Just do they even want to call for anyone else to gank this is the question. Maybe Nightclass just follows him.
I think so, because Nightclass is like, well, my cores are kind of dumpstering all the lanes, so I don't need to be anywhere else. I could go for a little walk around the forest with you.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just going to chase him down.
Dragging multiple waves. Eventually, though, how does Schofield get out of this?
Worthy tribute.
We'll have to see. No one matching versus Analog. Analog with this haste rune feels safe to play aggressive forward here. Okay.
Got your tree.
Here comes no one. Good old Schofield.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Will ultimately end in his death. No one able to get the money from that one.
Well, at least he's being annoying.
It's going to come in. He's got the arena set up. Into the spam with the Nature's Wrath burst. They're able to take him down before he gets any sort of chance of popping a supernova. So
nicely done.
First kill for Heroic themselves to get here in this game too, and it's a nice one.
They got to start doing things like this, right? Being a little more chaotic, as we said, even in that last game in particular. KJ, even though the lane went horrible for him, he's actually getting closer and closer toward his Vessel on this Nature's Prophet also. So slight little moves are at least recovering the overall game state a bit here, but for Yuma in particular, he still is incredibly slowed down. And the pressure on mid lane, shield rune on no one.
PVISION definitely not afraid of going for a bit of a dive. Schofield and Analog.
Nightclass is giving the scout. Catapult is coming in as well too, so the pressure's on the tower.
Yeah, they're just going to go for the dive onto Schofield. Analog's around. Does he want to show himself to try and help? He'll get the deny. Easy.
There you go.
Middle
tower, though, will inevitably fall, but at the least they prevent a bit of extra gold going the way of no one. Satanic, though, has been left completely alone, Owen. Level 9 Templar Assassin.
Absolute free farm.
Versus the Ursa, who has not only half CS, but, yeah, 3 levels behind as well. And the question is, how do you pressure the Templar Assassin with this type of draft, right? It's probably just wait until you hit these timings, in particular on like the Nature's Prophet.
Sure, but
who actually killed the TA?
They just don't, right? It was one of those drafts that this TA comes through last, and unless you're able to sort of just crush them and push them back out of the lane, the overall game state it's not going to be fun.
No, like later stages, sure, they'll have options to be able to kill the TA perhaps, but in this early, maybe in the next like 10 minutes or so, it's going to be very difficult for them to deal with Satanic.
Radiant's bottom
tower will fall. Nightclass getting closer and closer to his Dominator. DM will even give him some of that extra farm to have it finished early. And this is cool if DM goes this build also. Do you want to keep, because it's a bit of an adaptation. I keep saying this word, but whatever. He's changing his build up quite a bit than we've seen from DM, usually just the straight Dominators. If he goes Vessel bots, that means we want to destroy this map.
I like it, yeah. He's got the levels, you know, he's got that quick, fast timing on the Vessel. So if he can continue to just be in any sort of fight that happens, you know, best of luck to Heroic in those team fight situations, because this Phoenix turning up is going to be a huge issue for them.
Yeah, it looks like the name of the game for Heroic is just farm and try to recover for now as King Jungles is getting closer and closer to that Vessel, as we were mentioning. Analog needs as much protection as possible.
And they're going to be able to secure another power rune, Arcane rune for no one ready for the next move.
It's such early 2 T1s dropping for the side of Heroic that just, yeah, limited places for them to really move outside. As we see, they're going to smoke up. There is the grip now available for Schofield.
They've got to find something with this.
A grip into a Requiem. Who are they going to get?
DM would be a nice one to find. I think that, I mean, he's relatively low at the moment, so yeah, Grip and a Requiem would absolutely do it.
Yeah, they did see him on that ward too.
Can Schofield get the grab? The problem is 9 Class is ready with a Boundless Strike to put a stop to it, and there it is. Puts a stop to the Grip straight away. DM's able to dive out, now he's ready to turn with the Vessel and Spirits thrown down onto Schofield.
Things are awkward immediately.
They absolutely are. Yuma's going to watch from the side. They get a few raises in onto 9 Class. Will be able to kill off the Monkey King. So a 1-for-1 trade, not the worst thing to take in sort of the state that Heroic's in right now.
All right, it looks like KJ's plan of the game is, or King Jungle's, I should say, sorry, I keep saying KJ, is also disrupt and block. Look at the sentries he's placed top now. So looking to prevent that farm speed from Satanic, as we did see 9 Class doing that last game. Now it's the Nature's Prophet sending these treants in and also just blocking the camps to slow down the TA.
Top. There's the setup, and with the bots online, we're going to see DM ready to join as well. Dives forward, Whisper surrounded.
I'm a big fan of these bots. This could be really interesting. With this type of advantage that they get, he's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with the Phoenix this early in the game? No one can kill the Egg in particular. Ursa is not going to want to show up to hit that. And he does so much damage early on here.
Definitely not the sort of build you necessarily go for if you're having kind of an even time out the lane, but definitely DM just identifying I'm ahead.
Yep.
I'm going to be able to absolutely snowball the game with what is going to almost certainly be one of the quickest bots timings you'll see on a Phoenix build, getting that pre-14 minutes after that Spirit Vessel.
And he's going Veil as well too, which helps with this Queen of Pain, helps with the ET as well. So yeah, cool stuff we're seeing coming in as Schofield again.
Cut the tree. But he's not getting out alive, Schofield.
On the other side, Whisper will get the catch onto Ducalis. We'll be able to finish him off.
That's something. I'll say what they can get right now, Heroic.
But they did lose their Shrine. I believe Ducalis was able to steal that one before he did get caught out. No one lingering up top here. Has the Blade Mail finished up.
And he's got Sonic Wave ready to play with.
Good look for Whisper here, but Whisper does have this Sentry Ward. He will be protected. And Whisper is going for the catching build, rather than I believe it was Winter who was saying that maybe he would want to see something like a pipe build come out. Not going to be the case here from Whisper. So looking more about just playing around the team fights and get the catch for either the Quap or the Phoenix. So it's a different approach. Dominator's done. See what 9 Class is going to be able to do with that one, how much he disrupts the farm. We've seen so much.
Battle Fury online now for Yuma, so might be able to start closing a little bit of that gap against Satanic, but unless they find some action for him to be all involved in, it's probably unlikely just due to how far ahead Satanic is in farm. 8,600 net worth, about 2,500 ahead still of that of Yuma's Ursa.
A decent recovery, though. It could have been way worse if he did die in extra time or if they were able to actually stalk him in the jungles. This, you know, it's not great by any means on this Battle Fury Ursa, but in terms of what he was against, not too shabby. 5K lead, though. Similar to last time, PVISION just getting that massive advantage, at least in terms of lanes. This time even more so, though. It's just fear, in particular for Analog. They're so squishy. He gets pulled back in.
And they're going to dive forward, straight in with the Supernova. He'll try and get a Requiem up with the Sonic Wave and the burn from the Phoenix.
What a play from 9 Class. He just rippered him in. The Wildling Ripper just tornadoed him backwards, and he's just stuck in a world of hurt. I have a lot of fear for Analog in particular. I feel like his game is going to be the hardest one to actually play because he just is definitely at the whims of getting popped in this game. Yeah, they have so much burst damage.
See top, Whisper having to be cautious, at least with the Yules and the Arena up. Does have defensive measures.
Like
they do go on it.
Yuma in particular has ways to survive, right? The same thing for Whisper in these cores, but yeah, for Analog, I have a lot of worries in these next 5 to 10 minutes how he's able to just protect himself. Anything gets on top of him and he's probably just dead.
What's the next play going to be here for Heroic?
He's just going to keep tipping him. Because of the sentries, he's doing exactly that. He just sees that he's trying to potentially keep blocking that farm. That's Satanic. He asked for mercy. Still is having a pretty crazy amount of farm. 200 CS at the 16 and a 50-minute mark.
This is Smoke here. See if Whisper can find the setup. PVISION Not looking to be caught out by this. Maybe DM.
He's not that squishy.
And he's already away with a dive, so Whisper not able to get a chance to get his hands on him.
Even if he gets him, it's dangerous. You don't know where the ET is. You don't know where the Monkey King is. These two heroes are fantastic at stopping aggression. A Fiend's Grip comes out, a Stomp stops it. A Boundless Strike from the tree line. So you have to have quite a bit of information on Whisper if he wants to look for those plays.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And especially if you're using both the Yules and the Arena to commit. You're not getting out if they get the chance to turn on you.
Definitely not. Scan coming out. PVISION continuing to read that map, and the growth continues to be there for them.
So we've got the smoke here for No One and Ducalis.
That's what they find.
As you say, Analog definitely the easier at the kills if he's caught out in the lane.
Now, Yuma's he is starting to getting closer and closer, at least in terms of the cores. Slowly but surely. Again, I'm going to point out, since Purge, he'll probably maybe talk about it again, but 9class is doing the same thing. So he's sending the Dark Troll Summoner, triple skeletons, blocking camps. So again, just on top of getting extra efficiency with his farm, he's blocking efficiency of farm versus Heroic, similar as last time. 9class. We'll be able to play around it.
Still make sure that he gets the large creep as well. Too slippery here for Schofield or Yuma to get their hands on.
Information gathered. Whenever they see Schofield, they probably just know that there's not going to be an aggressive move that comes out from Heroic. Schofield gets the catch.
Got the grip. And they'll be able to deal with him this time. Nice little grab there for the two of them.
Do they want to turn this into another move? Without the grip, obviously hard to look for a pick-off. Ducalis, he's trying to protect these Ancients.
Oh. And they're going to be able to put a stop to that TP here with a stomp, so not able to block the Ancients this time around, and will end up losing his life for the attempt, King Jungles.
Fool me once, right? This time they do catch him. Third time is the charm. Ducalis is very ready for it. Prepared there with Satanic. That's so Blink is done, making the move top Whisper.
It's got to be cautious here, as PVISION are bringing in No One as well, and DM. They're ready with the four of them. Take an aggressive move, and they'll just get in straight on top of him. Yule Scepter will buy him a moment of safety, but as soon as he comes crashing down, he's dead.
They're stalking Analog to this ward that 9class has placed down. Can he get his way out of it?
Should be fine under the tier 2. Yeah, Schofield coming in with the TP ready to keep Analog safe. But
but they're accelerating things.
Yeah, they can go for this with such quick timing on Satanic. The fact that he's got this Deso and Crystallis, they'll take this Roshan down pretty quickly.
And without Whisper being there, there is no team fight from Heroic possible. And this is before 20 minutes, so they can get this Rosh and then go Tormentor. Usually what happens in a lot of these games is you have to pick and choose which one you want to go for.
They're going to get a bit of cold feet, though. They don't want to commit for the Roshan completely.
It is going to shift toward the bottom side, so maybe they just make their move down there.
Yeah, that's true. A bit off with the timing, so we'll have to regroup on the bottom. Satanic, he does have a TP ready if he wants to switch down to that side of the map.
Heroic, I feel like they have to go
swing game.
I feel like they have to kind of go for this check. You need to at least go with Whisper and with Analog to potentially set up. Because you have yet to get a Requiem. I mean, you've yet to have anything really from Analog together.
Satanic able to, of course, solo the Tormentor, get the shard secured nice and early this game for 9class.
The moves of efficiency just continue being there.
Let's go for the Whisper. They're looking for No One. Get the Yule set up into the spear. Requiem to follow up, but it's coming over the side. They've got the lockdown though with the Fiend Grip, so the job will still be a successful one.
That was almost awkward. If he gets stomped there on Schofield, might actually end up surviving on No One. Should be able to turn this into a tower too, so first aggressive move that feels like it's actually gone Heroic's way.
And at least setting up the game for a position where Heroic, they can maybe start to look towards the Roche themselves. Supernova's going to be used as well pretty early, so Heroic, they can kite that out and maybe look to continue to try and push for this now, knowing that Supernova's on cooldown.
Too hard versus ET. ET's the king of the pit. And Monkey King too, actually. These two heroes are two of the best in terms of just preventing someone from getting inside of there.
I mean, at the least they're going to want to make sure that they don't allow PVISION to get into the pit for free, surely.
It does feel like they have to fight around there, but they don't have Requiem, and so I don't know if they actually can. We'll see what the move's going to be. As 9class, he's keeping the creep in that sneaky spot. They'll be able to scout that Roche. And yeah, it looks like PVISION will be able to get away with it.
Yeah, you're right. They feel that they can't do anything to stop them now.
I think it's just too dangerous versus the ET and Monkey. Even if you had a bit of a window there with the Quap killed, it's too risky.
So there we have it. Aegis for Satanic.
Terrifying.
He continues to just tower ahead of anyone in terms of net worth this game. Daedalus
Full
done.
Daedalus.
22
Oh
minutes in. I mean, he's going to start two-shotting some of these heroes.
Whisper. We'll be able to get the TP out. No secondary cancel, as we saw there. Yeah, he's going to start two-shotting heroes, and he's going to get closer and closer to that shard, which is also very devastating to play against. As something like Bane or even Ursa, just these little silences can be very disruptive. Heroic. Looks like they're attempting to mount a defense down here. Schofield.
King Jungle's even looking for aggressive TPs here.
That would be...
Well, he's teasing them.
Aggressive.
At least with the BKB online for Yuma, he'll be in a bit of a better shape to turn up and maybe give you a chance to threaten the egg if DM does try and commit with a supernova. Full Shiva's online now as well for DM. These fast starting timings continuing from him on the Phoenix.
Team fights just continue to look way too difficult for Heroic, just needing to buy more time. Like you said, the BKB's done for Yuma. He has a lot of protection. Analog needs his desperately next, and he is actually pretty close. There is a good amount of spells, of course, that are going to be going right through that BKB, pretty much everything, but it does feel like it's a necessary tool that he needs anyway. He actually can die so fast through this BKB versus TA, versus Phoenix, versus the Quapple, everything really. Splitter. Positioning is going to have to be absolutely perfect from Heroic in this next upcoming situation.
Here they come, PVISION. Heroic should be pretty aware. I mean, I can see the setup here from Whisper. Gets the spear in onto Satanic towards the tower, but the refraction's up, allowing him to blink out. And Whisper, he's probably going to die for that. As the setup's there, no one jumps forward. They catch the Bane off to the side of the tower on top of that. And they'll be able to keep this push going.
It's clinical from PVISION so far this game. Yes, they've hemorrhaged a couple kills here and there, but overall, every move is really hitting his top also. KJ.
A 9 class. And on top of him,
Radiant's middle tower.
has he got any way to play his way out of this one? He's going to try and stand his ground and fight back, but 9 class able to jump away with the shard.
Is under attack.
No TPs available for the team. Buying a Eul's, so as we, there was some limited extra stuns, so it does want that secondary one besides that Boundless to hunt targets. 10k lead continues to grow.
And PVISION, they had a pretty good hold on the majority of game 1. This game 2, that hold honestly looking even tighter here. 24 minutes in. Everything looking up right now for PVISION.
Everything looking up, and even for Yuma this game, right? Yes, he's recovering, but it still is a very difficult spot that he's been put in this one. Playing versus that TA, always not even the easiest target to burst down and overpower in particular. If he does have it prepped with the refraction.
I'll focus towards the top lane now.
Looking to set up because they have this deep vision.
They're going to try and get the jump on Satanic. They get the spear connection, but no one's ready to back him up. Satanic falling low, but the stop comes in on towards Yuma. Yuma pots the BKB. Will be able to take Satanic down once, but it costs Yuma his life. Whisper also likely to fall as the dagger gets thrown out. Schofield gets burst by the final touch from Satanic. And indeed, Analog, he's just got a BKB and run.
His first BKB usage, and he's getting body blocked.
Indeed, looking for the body blocks, buying time for 9 class closing. He had the Requiem to push them back, but still getting slowed down. Boundless is in. Heroic loser fourth. PVISION just playing with their food now.
Pretty much a perfect fight from PVISION. As the Aegis is almost going away is when they make the move onto Satanic, and it isn't even close. Heroic gets destroyed there. PVISION, they're making it look easy, Owen. Another move, KJ, he's spotted as well.
A 9 class. Drop the Wukong's command. Satanic ready to bring in that extra bit of damage. Tries to finish off, in fact, with style. They're looking for that side blade off the trap. Styling on the back. Yeah, just this net worth on the TA looks ridiculous. Closing in on 20k net worth here, just 26 minutes in.
It's just such impressive gameplay from PVISION this time around. Yes, last one they had this economy war that they were just constantly winning. This one, it's not just economy war.
No.
They're just finding kills everywhere, and there's pretty much no moves that Heroic can actually find hitting because of how commanding that early game really was from PVISION. This Phoenix pick, it's been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they crushed that bottom lane so hard.
Yep.
And DM knew exactly what to do with that sort of start.
Yep. All 3 cores are having a pretty much flawless game from the side of PVISION.
Another tower taken.
Bottom tower has fallen.
As the map just getting completely taken away from Heroic.
And poor Analog having one of the rougher games possible here on the Shadow Fiend. Shows up with his first BKB usage and just dies immediately. Has only really found one connection with his Requiem.
Uproot and after them.
Dire are scanning.
Yuma and Schofield. Maybe seeing if they ever do catch anyone out alone. Nine class, though, is going to start to get some information if he swings by.
I look how quick he's able to just scout them back.
And DM's TPing over as well. Nine class just ready. He's just ready to go in on them. Start dancing around them with the boundless strikes of the Primal Springs. TP's coming back in for PVISION Heroic. They've got to try and get out of here.
Yuma has to just TP.
Now he'll get away, but Schofield, it's not going to be as lucky. As a DM and 9 class will claim another.
This Monkey King is so annoying to play against. He just gives such good information and they can't stop him. Even though they have the Bane with the potential instant disables, he just jumps up on the tree almost immediately. Constantly limiting the map of Heroic. And a trap also, right? As we said, PVISION loves to play vision games. There's troll summoners scouting out waves. There's TA traps scouting out movements as well. They have exact information of where everybody is. Analog walked on top of a trap twice. They have deep vision in the jungle as well. So just keeping tabs of pretty much everything that they need to. Full Ags now for no one. Finished up.
Middle tower is under attack.
Just limited moves that Heroic can really do. Falling further and further and further behind.
So maybe when they've sort of got that BKB online for Whisper as well, they can try and bring everything together for some sort of arena Requiem play.
They'll be able to get their spells off, but the question will also be then, do they even have damage, right? They'll have these defensive plays to at least work around, but might not be enough with this deficit that they're at. They're gonna smoke. This is pre-BKB on Whisper. See what they can find. Because they're getting outplayed, outmaneuvered, out everything. So it feels like they do have to get something. Because in terms of just if this game continues with this grasp, it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere in their favor on Heroic. PVISION smoking up. Satanic in the mid lane.
Will be a huge catch, but such a hard one to get, especially with this tier 1 tower still up. The potential TPs in. And they don't quite get the angle in time. Satanic's already out of there, and PVISION, they've got their sights set first on King Jungles.
Another kill for 9 class, another scout.
Can a Heroic maybe find someone splitting off from the back lines? It doesn't look like it.
PVISION not giving them the opportunities.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Even with this deep vision they've placed, they've had it up for about 2 minutes or so. Nobody's been in that area to get caught. If anything, it's just a Monkey King jumping around that does go in that area.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
9 class pretty much with his own BKB online. Coming out ready for the next team fight. So even if they do kind of land these combos, even the supports of PVISION are unlikely to be dying to it.
Yeah, Ducalis shouldn't be in shouldn't get caught inside of it, right? As an ET, and then the Monkey King can just BKB and absorb the entire Requiem as well. Game continues to just, feels harder and harder. Yuma, he truly has his work cut out for him this time.
And who's he ideally looking to jump in these team fights? You know, like what is he waiting to see, do you imagine?
They just need to get the spear connection and just kill. Honestly, they do have the shard right on the Mars as well, so
look at that.
He needs to just cleave and cover both targets.
The heat map there of 9 classes Monkey King.
He's just getting full information. Yeah. It might be something teams have to look at to get rid of because it feels like it's his best hero right now as well.
Top, they get the jump on Whisper. Talk about 9 class picks up another.
He was just bottom. He was just in the bottom jungle and he appears there already. Oh my god.
Nearly got a chance to put a stop to that TP out. Analog lucky to get away.
Hey, look at the pace that he can just cross the map. It's like it's faster than a Nature's Prophet teleporting in terms of cooldown, right? The MP can only TP once every so often. He can truly stalk them pretty beautifully. So difficult for Heroic to get out and find that fight. I mean, even if they do find the fight now at this point, the deficit, as we've said, it's getting to be too commanding.
Yeah, they're just not getting anywhere near enough out of the map on their side, Heroic.
Hey, PVISION just playing it so clean. Satanic goes, gets another Tormentor while his team is farming the map, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow this lead.
He's more than happy to keep farming.
Yep.
307, coming up to 500 CS here, 31 minutes in. They haven't been able to kill him, and it's pretty hard to sort of foresee a situation in which this TA can actually die.
King Jungles immediately has to TP out. Yep, they'll have to expend literally everything, right? And even then, might just end up surviving. See the Aeon disc picked up from DM, a couple moments ago too, so Yeah, I don't know. You were mentioning which targets do focus fire. I don't know who you can actually just insta-kill. The Queen of Pain, I guess, but...
Yeah, it feels like, at this point with how tanky they are, you need kind of like the 2 rounds of the overpower to be able to kill anyone.
No, absolutely.
King Jungle, he tries to go to take away the amplified damage ring, but no one's in with the blink first and picks it up for himself. Does give them the chance to get the grip off into the Requiem. That's no one dead. Now, can Heroic get away with this?
Radiant's courier.
Schofield burnt down, caught out by the Boundless Strike.
Is under
So I'm
attack.
definitely still able to get the QoP, especially pre-BKB. So a nice little grip angle that they're able to at the least find there. It's something. They need anything they can get at this point.
Another Roshan. Likely to be gotten here by PVISION, unless Heroic want to make some sort of crazy play here with the 4 of them.
They used Requiem. They still have Arena. Let's see if they can get any type of steal,
King
potentially.
Jungles is going to go for the TPN. Satanic jumps straight away over towards Yuma. Yuma, he's in with the basher on towards Satanic, and now he has to back out.
That's
BKB in range coming to an end. Yuma's got to run. Look at this range, and they're just able to snipe him here. Satanic hitting him with that extended range he gets with the Hurricane Pike active, and now ready to go for more. They've got the ult set up onto the analog. Absolutely smashed to bits there by Dakalis with the ult.
Just picture perfect gameplay. PVISION ready for every single move. Queen of Pain gonna respawning soon, but they didn't even need him. Satanic just doing it on his own there with that silence from the trap. And the Roche, very dead. He is about to hit 25. Oh, and it's only 33 minutes in.
And 9 Class, he's got vision on towards Whisper.
Roshan
Spear
has
off the mark.
fallen
It is
to
indeed,
death.
so 9 Class able to jump forward. Might be able to force out a BKB from Whisper. He's going to go for the Blink TP, and it will work out.
Nicely done. At least survives. Roche will fall. Satanic. Yeah, about to hit 25. The lead is getting pretty ridiculous. Just continues to grow every second. Every single minute, it just goes even further and further up. Up to that 26k. Luxury items now starting to come in. No one, maybe an Octarine he can give himself if he'd like to. And for Heroic, I mean, their growth just completely got stagnated as well. Even just matching any type of farm, the Ursa and the SF dead for 60 seconds. PVISION catapults forward even more. King Jungles will continue to be very annoying, as we see with his Treants, denying runes, but heroes are just dying.
Yeah, Satanic just cutting them down with the side blades.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
It's a painful one, Owen. It truly is for Heroic.
At least they were sort of able to hold on a little longer than the game 1, but this game 2...
It's been way more brutal.
Yeah, this has not been a great one here for Heroic. Is there any sort of positive for them on a high ground defense with their lineup?
The spear back plays, right? The potential, and maybe like a sleep nightmare save on somebody, but their damage is just starting to become way too limited, Owen.
Scanning.
All 3 cores continue to scale. Their Monkey King is a core, as we mentioned him even from that last game also.
It's got to be careful at jumping forward. Put the Glimmer to get Whisper away. And they do catch no one.
So again, they will find him.
And they get out as well, so I believe they were going for that sort of smoke play to find a pick off on the back lines, and they do get a pretty big kill. Now, taking no one at least out of the game for a minute will give them a little bit more, 1 minute more of breathing room.
Yep, some sneaky little plays coming in. That's the Abyssal Blade plus the Requiem does find him.
And King Jungle's just finding what he can out on the map. And even with no one dead, PVISION, obviously with this incredible lead that they have, won't be afraid of looking for further action. Satanic continues to sit quite comfortably outside of the base of Heroic.
If anyone shows, can very likely get brought down. King Jungles will kill a courier, but that may just prove his demise.
Certainly looks to. No way out of this one here for the Nature's Prophet. Another one for 9 Class.
Trying his best to force them out of the base. Satanic, he's in bottom. Whisper.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Again,
under
just the
attack.
damage coming in. Whisper can't surely survive this. The last few hits. Oh, that miss will allow him to live.
What was that? 2 misses? 2 or 3 misses at the least.
Yeah, lucky to get out of that one alive, Whisper. Still the tier 3. That's not going to be able to escape the damage of Satanic. The barracks as well in trouble as he takes out the range Rack's bottom.
Right when the double catapults were coming into, easily able to bring that one down.
9 Class. He's got eyes up top, and Analog BKB still on cooldown for 4 seconds.
Oh, 9 Class is doing this on his own.
He's going to have it up now, and we'll be able to go for the BKB TP out. So that BKB coming up just in time.
But Whisper, oh, he did show this time, and this time he did not get the chance for those misses.
As Satanic can just get back on with the push. They do get in with the Abyssal and the Sleep drag back, but Analog, he could jump, and he's got the Requiem in position. The Refraction's out, but the Abyssal and the swipes are there. They take Satanic Satanic out once. Can they do it again? DM's ready to back him up. Moves in here with the Sun Ray. Blink out for Satanic. He's out to safety. King Jungles will fall. Whisper having to put the BKB and run. Schofield glimmered up. 9 Class ready to continue to chase him down, though, into the base. Spirit Vessel charge thrown down upon him. 9 Class commits with the BKB again. Another kill there with the side blades off the traps from Satanic, getting the double. And he's ready to look for more. Jumps in. You'll step to it by a moment of safety for Whisper, but the Sonic Waves waiting for him on the way back down. Another kill for PVISION as they move straight over towards the mid.
Satanic is having a field day of a game. How many side trap kills now? I think that's the second or third that he's gone for. 80 seconds, no Whisper. That's their whole team fight, Owen.
Yeah, look at the GPM as well. 939 GPM here. 37 minutes in for Satanic.
He might be breaking some records.
Yeah, I was going to say.
1200 XPM as well. Absolutely insane.
He's making this game look very, very easy.
That just might be it, Owen.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
No Whisper for a full minute. A crucial part of their hopes of sort of dragging someone back into the fountain with a spear.
They just can't touch this TA.
The Dire now have Mega Creeps.
What a game from PVISION. Never let there be any hope for Heroic, it feels like.
Yeah, they played a little slower in game 1, but this game 2, they've just come in all guns are blazing, and they've looked fantastic.
Yep, they'll tip King Jungles because he's been very annoying trying to buy time overall for his team, but overall PVISION, it's still just thriving.
Schofield. We'll live for now. 30 seconds until they've got the full lineup back up.
It's Mega Creeps coming in already at this point.
Tier 4's to fall. Ancient exposed. They're ready to close this up and move on here, PVISION. Heroic. Have they got one more sort of attempt here up their sleeve? The Ancient are half out. They're going to make the jump. Coming with the Abyss on the red green. Take's already able to get the BKB off. Turns towards Yuma. Takes the bear down. Looks towards Analog. Double kill for Satanic as this game, this series is over. GG is called. PVISION will take this one 2-0 today against Heroic.
This one in a true Gabe and Tears shellacking, as Shannon would say. Absolutely stomped it. The lane's out of control. Like you said, I think, what, 60 denies in the laning phase across the 3 lanes.
You don't see that. As you see, you don't see that at TI. Just a huge mismatch of sort of performance in this game 2. Very